Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Ultimate Review. Today I have with me the Truthear HOLA. This is a pair of in-ear monitors, and I'm going to give you the most in-depth and unbiased review of these pair of in-ear monitors. But as always, before we begin, if you do enjoy watching my videos, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do check out link of this product given in the description below to make your purchase so that you can help me run this channel and I can produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. Alright, so with that said, let's begin. So the Truthear HOLA comes in a very simple packaging, and although it's simple, it's still very beautifully packed. Now there are a number of things you get inside the box. So starting with the warranty card, the user manual, you get 7 pairs of different sized silicone ear tips. You also get a very high quality leather pouch, and inside the pouch, of course, you get the in-ear monitors, the Truthear HOLA themselves, and these come with their detachable 2-pin connectors already attached. Now in terms of features, the Truthear HOLA packs 11mm dynamic drivers. They've got an impedance of 28 ohms, so they are low impedance in-ear monitors, but having said that, I still, as always, would recommend that you definitely invest in a portable DAC so that you can make the most out of these in-ear monitors, so that you can get the full range of the volume in its full capacity and the full spectrum of the sound. So make sure you get the DAC, and I'll link one in the description. Now, talking about the build quality, well, these are nothing too fancy. It's a mix of very soft, good quality resin, and they say that the surface is metal, but it's kind of confusing. Sometimes it feels like plastic, sometimes it's metal. I'm not too concerned because these overall are very light, and in terms of comfort, they are quite comfortable on the ear. They're not ear heavy at all. They don't fatigue your ears even if you're wearing them for long periods of time. And obviously you have to make sure you find the right size of the silicone ear tip so that it gives you the best passive noise isolation, so that way you can get the best bass and you can block out your environmental or ambient sound. Now, the Truthear HOLA claims to have a balanced sound signature. Now, when you say balanced, what you expect, like I said, and I keep saying in my other reviews of the in-ear monitors, that you expect that no particular frequency is given any extra emphasis. So highs don't sound too sharp, the vocals don't sound too bright, and the bass doesn't sound exaggerated. So it's like a plain flat line where all are given equal importance. So I had to put that to the test. So now let's talk about the audio quality. How did it perform in my testing? So obviously, you know, if you're an existing viewer, I always judge sound of these in-ear monitors based on how they produce the 3 main frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear: the highs, the mids, and the lows. The highs, where the really sharp sounding instruments are, or the treble, the mids, or the vocals, and the low end, or the bass. Now, while these claim to be having balanced sound signature, personally, after listening to a wide genre of songs, I feel that it kind of leans towards slightly a V sound signature, where preference is given to the treble or the high end and a bit of it to the bass. So that could be just me, but this is what I felt after listening to a number of songs and different types of music. Okay, so starting off with the higher frequencies, there is nothing that will make you feel that the high should have been more prevalent. So they are very, very sharp, have got a lot of clarity. They sound rich. They don't interfere with the mid frequencies. They don't get muffled by any other frequency. So they maintain their separate lane. And every instrument in the higher frequencies is clearly audible. Now, one thing I should say is that if you go into this thinking it's got a balanced sound signature, you could be a bit surprised, because at least I felt that the highs really do hit you. So like the trouble with V sound signatures for in-ear monitors that do claim to have a V sound signature is that the highs have a lot of sparkle to it. They are extra crisp, as I like to say. So this kind of also gave me a bit of that impression. So you might find it to come across as a bit too sharp. But as you listen to more and more songs and different types of music, you'll start to love it. So overall, the higher frequencies, super sharp, very clean, no distortion, and have a lot of clarity. Okay, so now talking about the mid frequencies or the vocals. So the vocals produced by these in-ear monitors also are quite bright. The vocals have no distortion. They are very, very clean. They don't get muffled by the low end or kind of eat into the higher frequencies. Again, it maintains its separate lane, and overall it does sound rich. The only thing I felt was that in certain tracks, I did feel that the vocals felt a bit processed and not as natural, as warm as I would really want them to be. And this is again me being very, very harsh, because I really like to nitpick and give you the most unbiased feedback possible. So in certain tracks, I felt that the vocal sounded just a tad bit synthetic. It's nothing bad. It's nothing that's going to put you off, but it's something that you should know. At least I found it to be in a very few tracks, but I did find that. Now, again, for a general listener, this probably is no concern and you're not going to be bothered by it, because the vocals are bright, they've got a lot of sharpness, they've got a lot of clarity, and for the most part, they do sound very natural and they're very enjoyable to listen to as well. Just that certain tracks, I felt where the vocals were more prevalent, sometimes they sounded a bit processed. So that is the only gripe. Otherwise, the mid frequencies of the vocals were also pretty good. Finally, we come to the low end or the bass frequency. Now, like I said, whether they call it a balanced sound signature or if it's a V sound signature, a bass response that is weak is going to absolutely ruin your experience when you listen to any sort of music or song. But I'm happy to say that the Truthear HOLA does pack a decent amount of punch when it comes to the low end. The low end really packs a punch. It's thumpy, it's round, deep bass, and you don't really need any sort of other equalizer tweaks to bring up the bass. Because like I said, I personally feel this kind of has a V sound signature slightly. So the bass does have that rumble, and it really made music that had good amount of bass sound all the more enjoyable. So I loved it. I loved the bass response. It was deep, it was undistorted, didn't sound muddy, and didn't also sound exaggerated to the point where the vocal sounded muffled or it ate up into the higher frequencies. None of that. So I was pretty impressed, and the bass response was very good. So there you have it, guys. That was the review of the Truthear HOLA in-ear monitors. Now, I really enjoyed reviewing these, and I enjoyed even more listening to music through these. So definitely check that out. The only thing you should keep in mind are that actually two things. Number one is that if you go into this thinking it's a totally balanced sound signature, you might be either disappointed or surprised, because in my opinion, like I said, I feel it leans a bit towards the V sound signature, but that is not a bad thing because I really enjoyed listening to music and songs through these in-ear monitors. So I would say it's a good thing. And the second thing is, again, do invest in a DAC. Because otherwise, sometimes, even though these are low impedance in-ear monitors, when you plug these into your phone, or if you don't use a DAC, you'd sometimes find that the volume is too low. But that is not the fault of these in-ear monitors. It's just that your smartphone is not being able to supply enough power. I mean, it's happened to me with the Moondrop Chew. So I'll leave a link of the DAC as well. Make sure you check that out. Get that DAC. It's really cheap, and it's going to make the most of these in-ear monitors. So guys, for 1800 rupees, the Truthear HOLA is an absolute steal, and I definitely recommend that you check them out. I'll leave a link to this product in the description below, and I would really appreciate if you use that link to make your purchase. It would really help me run this channel and make more content just for you guys. So guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you've enjoyed this episode, please remember to smash the like button and leave a comment what you liked about it. If you have any questions, do let me know. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so and help my channel grow. And that's about it. Thank you so much. Catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.